Hello. Feeling in the air tonight. Hello, hello. Waiting for all my followers to come in, come in. Good evening. Look at Jeremiah. Hey, Jeremiah. See me doing my other job. Hey, boo. Hey, JR. Look, now, JR, you get to see me with my red hair when you want to play games. I see, with your red cup. Lord have mercy. Look, now I got my rear hair out today, but it's going to be, oh, Lord, it's one of them days, y'all. It's one of those days. My guest is in. I'm just going to play a little bit of his music just to give y'all a little background who he is, Mr. NwClr, formerly known as Smooth. I see, I know. Y'all love the natural. Y'all act like y'all cannot see me without nothing else. Hey, guys. Good evening. What's up? I actually like this song. I like his cover song of this. I actually like Getting On. NwClr, I gotta give you that, bro. You got some little songs I like. Some I play in Louisiana if I was at home. Thank y'all. Welcome. Come in. Good evening. Hey, Admire R&B, y'all. Welcome, Admire R&B, y'all. He is new on the platform. Has a new page. Make sure y'all support Admire R&B. I know you are. Admire R&B, they just joined. Have a new Instagram page. So excited, honored to have you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for making sure bringing in some new content of R&B music. Yes, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Eddie. What's up, sis? Hey, Darius. I should have known you woke up for your nap. You should have known. But I'm happy you joined, boo. I appreciate you. Okay. Okay, I'm about to join him in the next minute. Just wanted to play some music for a little bit and then get started. All right. Okay. All right, I'm about to join him in. All right, I'm about to join him in the next minute. Excited. Are y'all excited? Full Moon is 20 years old today. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I've been flooding my timeline, but y'all know that means a lot to me. Look, y'all, if I am a nutbag because I love Full Moon, I'm sorry, y'all. Full Moon is a classic. To say this album came out when I was 12 going on 13, child, it put me in my place. So I love Full Moon. Oh, your freshman year. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh, well, I'm so happy that you follow my page. I'm happy now because I'm ready to see your content. So I'm super happy. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I love all my followers. No matter, y'all, as the years go by and things do change on a platform, I love to see when things grow. And like I said, when I see my people come in from, when they're young and then now to adults, it just means so much to me. So thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, the album is iconic. All right, so I'm about to have Mr. Nope. I'm inviting to the platform. Yes, I ain't even gonna front. Okay, I gotta stop y'all because we on back to better things. Thank you. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, how you doing, Miss Lady?
I'm doing good. Look, I'm trying to get the day right, so trying to get all this going on. It's been a lot going on today. How you doing?
I'm all right. It's nice to see you. Nice to be here. Hello to all the people. What's good?
Yes. Thank you so much. But before I do get started, I got to introduce myself and then introduce you. My name is
Okay.
Chastity Buckley. I am the host of Midnight R&B Edition, home house of Midnight Love BET, where I give all my flowers to all my R&B artists, singers, songwriters, and up-and-coming R&B and singer-songwriters. But I'm here with an R&B man that's been in the game for 30 years. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. But
Look,
no. We definitely want that. That's a
look,
blessing.
look, look, look. I gotta give you them 30 years, sir, because congratulations.
Yes,
Your first debut album is making 30 years this year. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on
yes,
that.
exactly.
so
Thank you very much.
look, I heard meanwhile back at the ranch, when I heard that, I said, wait a minute, this sounds like some public announcement type of stuff. I said, hold up.
All the way there, yeah, exactly.
Okay, look, that was when the real R&B and y'all was in the golden ages of that time. But thank you, R&B singer, songwriter, vocal producer. You got so many titles, sir. It's like it's crazy. Like I don't want to throw it out there and like make you proud of yourself. But I'm prying it for you because I respect people that love their craft and love what they do in R&B music.
Yes, thank you, Miss Letty, a musical chameleon.
Yes, chameleon, you are. Thank you. Formerly known as Smooth, but now you go by R&B singer, the one and only Mr. NwClr. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Yes, NwClr.
Yes, thank you so much. So how
Thank
you
you
been
for having
doing?
me. I've been doing all right. I will not complain. It's been a good thing creating and living and learning. I'm blessed. I will not complain.
So how have you been like since the pandemic has hit, like I guess during 2020 now, since we're in 2 years of the pandemic, how has your your music capability been going on? Because I know you released a lot of stuff. I know you did Getting It On. I just played that earlier. They made 1 year
Yes.
this year. Congratulations on that. So you doing all this stuff. How have you been since the pandemic?
Oh, we got bad service. A little bit of blink out. No, we back.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah,
okay.
No, the pandemic was kind of crazy. It had me inside, trying to figure out what's the best way to get out music, and it really made me sit with myself and really try and figure out what it is that I wanted to say and put out there.
Has it like I guess since the pandemic, like were you like kind of doing like traveling before everything had hit?
I wasn't yet, but that was right when I was like, formulating like, all right, it's time to go. It's time to, and then poof, everything shut down. So it was real curveball for all of us. I'm sure we had to adjust. So I just had to figure some new things out. So I just soaked in and just did a little more writing and figure out what, again, what it is I wanted to say.
Understandable. Yes, I know, sometimes when you're going through tough times, sometimes you got to get them juices flowing, but not even that. It kind of makes you sit and make you understand what life is all about. But not even that, it makes you understand that you can come from since you're a songwriter, you got a pen game on you, that you can come in that mindset now, hey, what's going on now, and kind of relate it to real life topics,
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you so much.
The opportunity.
Oh, that's dope. That's really, really dope. So I want to get started by you, who you are as a person, because I know everybody kind of knows you from being this Smooth. But I want to ask you, like, where did you grow up, and not even that, how did you get your inspiration for R&B music? Because for me, when I listen to your music, NwClr, like I feel like you sound like Calvin Richardson. I don't know if you ever gotten that, but you sound
You
know?
He's amazing too. Yeah, I mean, he's amazing. He's amazing. I'll take that all day. Yes.
Well, technically, you were for him, so I would say you were the first Calvin before we knew who Calvin was.
Okay, cool.
So I wanted to ask you, like, how did you where are you from, and who was your inspiration for R&B music?
I'm originally from Middletown, Connecticut. What's up, CT in the house? From Middletown, and actually I got a musical inspiration from my family. Everyone had brought like a little something different to the table that I just soaked in. Like, my mom was always just gospel music, heavy gospel. My brother was jazz and George Washington, and in that realm. And my sister brought it and introduced me to Frankie Beverly and Mays and the OJs and Marvin and all of that. And my dad was the Beatles and Frankie Avalon and the Beach Boys. And so I had a wide vast, and I just wanted to, I just fell in love with music. And the inspiration there was like, I just wanted to tap in and see what I could bring to the table. So I would have to say just a vast variety. Prince, Marvin, Raphael Sadiq. Like, I like vibes.
Okay.
I love music.
And that's crazy that you said that, because when I listen to your music, just in general, like your EPs and your singles, you don't sound like R&B music like we think R&B music when you first got started, but your music sounds so much like American Rock Star. When you saying about your dad, okay, I get it where you got this, inspiration from that because your dad with that type of music, you know what I'm saying? And that's very interesting that you said that, because even though I can hear like Glitch in the Matrix, it sounds like rock too. Like with those two together, I feel like those are like crazy, like amazing rock songs in some type of way, but it has that R&B feel because of your voice. And it sounds like to me,
Yeah.
I'm from Louisiana, like Glitch in the Matrix, I can hear that in Zydeco in Louisiana, like, you know, dance music,
Oh,
like
okay.
Cajun music.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to think that as I try and move around and create and
Hmm.
what was around me from rock to R&B
Right.
and some jazz and that I'm like I want to be the common denominator that you do feel rock,
Hmm.
you do feel the genre that I'm putting out, but you still hear NwClr. You still, you know what I mean? It still comes
Hmm.
out.
That's dope. That's dope. I love that. So,
Yeah.
okay, so now you saying you were Connecticut, like, and I guess you got your inspiration from your family. How did you kind of like get into the industry? Did you like do talent shows, or how did that kind of get into the realm? And how did you get started?
Well,
Like in the '80s, or was it like the '90s for your
it
time?
was it was it was it was 88 I graduated high school.
Okay.
But a lot of that for me is I was just drummer first. So I played,
Mm-hmm.
drums for the church. I played drums in the marching band, played the choirs, just really a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
And then played drums in the jazz band. And from
Right.
there, my mind, I really just started to hear other things in high school. So
Mm-hmm.
I would, skip class, get back in the auditorium and play the keys and try and write some songs. So
Right.
it wasn't for me to get out a lot, to perform a lot. I just
Right.
started doing a lot of writing and keeping the stuff to myself because I really
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sure, like, you know what I mean? And so that's where the love and just getting the records together and wanting to put them out really is where it was for me.
That's interesting that you said that, because I know a lot of young R&B artists, like in general. I remember with Boys and Men when they got their start, like you guys were so young, y'all were writing, and performing
Right.
arts and stuff like that. So like with that, were you just like just deeply creative in that? Like, did you really want to become a singer, or you just wanted to kind of be a musician? Because it sounds like to you, it's like you transitioned from musician, then you song wrote, and then I think you probably must have sung.
Yeah, well, I got excited from, Babyface, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis, Teddy Riley. Like, I wanted to produce, so I wanted to write.
That's dope.
And, work around with a lot of my friends, hopefully that I
Hmm.
sang with in town. That was amazing. What's up to Ian, Rob Butler, a few other, other cats in their hometown that we actually just worked and had a
Yeah.
group and just loved music. And from there on, it was crazy just trying to get out. That's all. Just trying to create
Mm.
music and just trying to find our way out.
Right, right, right. So now we get into the '90s, and it sounds like for you, you already kind of had your plethora of your abilities of what you can do in music. How did you get your record deal with East West Atlantic? Like, was that a
Yeah.
merger of Atlantic Records, or how was that? What
Yes.
kind of company was that?
Yeah. It was a side company from Atlantic, but
Oh,
there was
okay.
also it was Das Effects was on East West, and Vogue was on East West down that time. Minute Large, shout out to Dave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Minute Large was there. Uh, yeah, who else? That was the main groups that was there during that time when I was released. Going down the
Hmm.
hall to be able to see in Vogue and like, yeah. So
Hmm.
it's around that time.
Mm.
But I got the deal. Moving around, trying to go back and forth to New York. I met a couple of guys. What's up, Patrick Williams? I'm just doing a lot of shout outs tonight, right?
Oh, it's
Showing
okay.
love.
Go ahead. Show your love. Look, you earned
My
this.
vocal coach. Yeah. Vocal coach that taught me a whole lot of what
It's
I know.
dope.
I met him and his partner, Jesse E. Brown, at a music store with
Hmm.
a couple of my guys, and they were working on music. We connected from there and started working on music. And I believe they were just shopping music to get some songs placed with other artists. And it
Yeah.
came about the, yo, who's that guy singing kind of thing. And then we just kind of took off from there.
So you were like that first. Were you like that first male R&B act since they had these groups?
Yes, it's definitely theirs
Mm.
because they didn't have. They worked locally with a few other acts, but they didn't have any other like groups, anyone else that they were working with. It was
Right.
a group originally that uh, when we originally met them, I was in a group and I was doing the writing and
Mm.
I was trying to sing the song to let them know how it goes, and they
Yeah.
popped in and was like, "Yo, who's that?" And I was like, "That was me. I'm just, They're like, "No, sing that again," and and then from there it was like, "Oh, all right," and so it took off from there. Yeah.
Wow. So like, how was it doing the process of Smooth with the Revenants? Was like I said, congratulations, it's making 30 years this year, the 30th
Yeah,
anniversary of
30.
your debut
Yes.
album. How
Yes.
was it around that time doing that, and like, was the process of you like songwriting and all that stuff like that? How was it making the first debut of your album?
It was it was really a dream come true actually, really, because I did it with all my friends. I did it with friends and then folks that I met that at that time just we turned into family. I
Hmm.
worked with guys I went to school with, Marcus Mickens, The Room, and we used to produce in the basement. Now we got stuff that we're working on that actually is going somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? And guys that I hung out with that became my dancers. Shout out to Eric and Dougie and DJ. Like, what's up, family? Man, my best friend, my female best friend, she was my road manager. Like,
Oh
so I mean,
wow.
it
So
was
y'all was
like,
a family.
yeah, it was the family. So it was just all of that in and out of the studio, all around, just trying to move the records, promoting. So it was a good experience.
Like it
I
was it
wouldn't change it.
you wasn't changing for the world. So I was gonna
No,
ask you
no.
like since we're in this
There's some
golden
things I
age.
would want to do different. Yeah, but
Agreed. We gonna
just
touch on them topics.
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
touch on
yeah.
those. But I wanted to ask you like around that time, like how was it being in the golden age of the '90s? Because like I said, we're talking about your debut album in '92, and this is because like you said, when Invo was coming through, Boys and Men,
Yeah.
all these people that were coming through, and like for you, how did it feel being of the '90s era? Like you're the beginning of the '90s group, and you're really kind of paving way for all these new up and coming male R&B singers that's coming after. Like, how did it feel being in the '90s? Because for us, we're looking at the music videos and stuff like great, but how was it being in that realm in the industry at that time?
Um, it was new for me, really new for me because I haven't experienced anything like it. Come
Yeah,
from small town, Middletown, and then boom, you just straight in the industry. You gotta learn the business quick.
yeah,
You do have all these big acts that I did
mm-hmm.
shows open up for people that I don't want to say idolized, but that I was fans of, like
Mm-hmm.
Mary J. and the Rude Boys, and doing a show with R. Kelly, and you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like all these other acts, and I'm still feeling like wow, like I'm
Yeah,
just like a little guy like trying to figure it all out,
yeah,
and but still had a record that had me in these rooms and that had me in these places and had me in these shows. So
mm-hmm.
obviously, I guess that I was supposed to be there. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
and so it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Very much learning. I would call that college. Like my whole
Mm.
experience was just sitting around and like wow, figuring it out. Like because there was no rule book,
Yeah.
no whole bunch of holding hands. Like
Mm-hmm.
so it was just thrown in the pot and then get it going.
So, with me, Ma, back in the ranch, with hitting number 39 on Billboard. So I know you were
Yes.
happy to at least have a top 40 hit. So with that, like you went to on tour and stuff like that. When was it when you knew for sure that things were kind of changing and may not be what you thought?
Actually, when I released the second single, "All About Her,"
Mm-hmm.
and uh, it went to 28 top 100 in the country on Billboard, and I went in to try and do some business to get some more money to get a second video, and
Right.
it was the tug of war of basically like, well, you still not selling enough, and not enough people know you, but hey,
Yeah.
I need a video for people to know me, and the song is 28, and how we gonna push it over if not? And it was just that things picking photos and pictures and things that
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't. I guess I took them, but I was like, I didn't really want that picture. Like, what I
Right.
mean? I really wanted to do my first video ever
Mm-hmm.
in Middletown, Connecticut, where I'm from.
Right.
They made me do the video in Brooklyn, New York. Like that was not my choice. You know how much
Right.
my hometown was on my head about that? Like
Yeah.
I didn't have no say in that. It was like that's where we
Mm-hmm.
putting the money in. That's where you doing the video. You showing up or what?
Yeah.
So
That's so
that
crazy.
yeah. So I don't know. It was cool.
So do you feel like the creative differences for you kind of like is where kind of like what the difference made where you didn't make your sophomore album, or did you feel like for you feel like your voice wasn't heard for you because it sounded like it's like you wanted to make decisions because you were proving yourself that you are a good R&B
Right.
artist that was making waves, but at the same time as you wanted to have some say so because I feel like if you are making an impact with your music, you can have some
Right.
clarification about your understanding of where you want to go because like I said, it can touch people, but at the same time as you want to have some rights to what you want to do with your career. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and
Mm-hmm.
then that didn't happen. So the sophomore thing, I guess we began to not see eye to eye musically and where we wanted to go, and then
Yeah.
and then at that point, I was just hoping that I didn't get shelved or get locked. So
Mm-hmm.
once we found a happy medium, and they actually were able to just let me go, and we were just gonna be cool. Like I evened off or whatever I owed them and everything, and we was fine. I
Yeah.
was cool with that, and then I just
Mm-hmm.
went and took my pen elsewhere and just started writing and trying to learn more of the game and what I thought I was missing when I was out with it at that time.
Mm. So instead of you being in front of the scenes, you were kind of like the behind the scenes.
Yes, because then I
Mm.
still, again, what I was doing in high school, I was writing. I was,
That
you
pen.
know, yeah, it's the pen and I guess the imagination of like, from
Yeah.
all these different genres that I could see. It's like I can't do it all. Like, let
Yeah.
me, spread some of this out. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really where it was for me. I ran across a few great connects, people that I
Mm-hmm.
worked with that got me some other projects written from Ronnie Jordan, jazz stuff. I wrote for SWV and did
Oh.
the yeah, Love Is So Amazing. I had a opportunity to work with Shantae Moore.
Mm.
Room Service, Hometown Project, like that went huge.
That's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying? Yeah. So I All Star, what's up, bro?
Mm-hmm.
So did learned a lot from him. A lot of people. Team Pen was
Mm.
good. Um, yeah, a lot of it was just good. I just was a sponge the whole time, really, so I could take it in.
Right. And I'm happy that you're saying that because I feel like, and that's what I want people to talk about too. Like, this industry is very, very, very crazy. You know how I can get where people
Hmm.
can feel like, when things don't happen their way, they can take this, personally and affects them, on a mental space. But I felt like with you, I'm learning about you. I think what you did was, even though, you might have got snagged from your solo career, you still kept going because you had that pen. You get what I'm saying? And your
Hmm.
pen was really like your stronghold for you to keep going in the industry. And I feel like sometimes too, like it doesn't always have to be the people, in front of the scenes that make it happen. I always give respect to people behind the scenes too that
Yeah.
really, really do what they gotta do to make sure that the artists are known for what we known for. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's what
Yeah.
I truly appreciated from
Yeah.
artists or people that I looked up to. Like, it's like I do like the front man. I like the vocals. I do like to sing. I love it. But it was still like, who that back there that helped you get back
Okay.
there?
That's why
Because you ain't, yeah.
that's why I said them line notes are very important. That's why I talk about it on
Yeah.
my show because I feel that, without y'all, we wouldn't have music. You know what I'm saying? The songwriter
Hmm.
makes the song, but the producer make the beat, but they both have to mesh together to make music.
Hmm. Exactly. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was well said.
Well, it was said from you since you're the songwriter, so I'm learning from
Thank you.
y'all.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, so now since we're in this realm, and I know we're talking about the '90s, and now we're in the 2000s. What made you at the time, I think, want to get back in the industry? Because I'm kind of seeing, you were behind the
Yes.
scenes more. What made you
Yep.
now want to come back now in the 2000s? I guess, in the 21st century, but what made you want to come back and now want to be a singer?
I mean, the first and foremost, I
Mm-hmm.
still in love with melody. I still love it. And although I love a lot of artists and music and things that are
Yeah.
out, I knew that no one was really gonna tell my story but myself.
That's
Like
right.
so, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that I wanted to say is not that someone. I just needed to say them, and I felt like I still, you know what I mean. I still feel like if I was a basketball player, I feel like I still feel like I got a shot. Like I got to jump out because you know what I mean. I got this.
Yeah.
So that's what made me feel like let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
Got a met a couple beautiful people in Atlanta. Team ran
Mm-hmm.
into people turned into family. We got together like
Mm-hmm.
see this how we're gonna do it and starting
Mm-hmm.
putting the music together to put it out. And the first project still that I released was more so like a filler. Like there's some
Mm.
music I've been working on.
Right.
Let me see what you feel about this. That's why I had some rock on it. Let me see what you feel about this.
Yeah.
Let me distribute singles under different distribution companies to see
Mm-hmm.
which one move differently.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? It was me to just soak a lot of stuff in,
Right. Do you feel
but I
that?
just really wanted to put it out.
Right. Right. And I was just about to say, put it out. And do you feel that for yourself that do you like being more as an independent artist, or do you like being more in the being signed to a label? What's the difference for you for that? Or you feel like you got creative
The
control because
difference,
you're that?
I feel like it would be great if you could have the best of both worlds because I love being
Mm.
independent. I love the creative control.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing that I feel like I'm missing is I need a few more folks on the team.
Mm.
Missing a
Yeah.
few slots, like what I'm saying, and some work that actually could be done.
Yeah.
And first and foremost, I need a little more cash to get some of this done
That's true.
because when it's independently, you got to pay for it for yourself. So
You
then
do.
that's all the marketing people that I need to get in contact with to make
Mm-hmm.
sure what it is that I am putting out is seen or heard.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm just putting it out and posting it. That's not the key. I got to be able to connect. I got to,
Yeah.
you know, interview and promote the
Mm-hmm.
project and, be a politician, go rub some elbows, and some of that's going to take some bread.
Yeah.
And we're having a label. That's where you would get some of the money and some of the things done, at least the
True.
financial situation. So it would be beautiful. Best of both worlds. Still allow me to be independent, find someone that believed in the music and the sound,
Yeah.
and let's work with a little bit of cash and work it out.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, and
You
that's
heard
why
it here first.
right, exactly. Okay, look, come on, game changer. I feel that, with that being said, that's what I want labels to do. I want labels to have a fair understanding of their artists, but I need to give artists a chance to, know who they are. And I
Right.
feel like when that happens, it's so many just different I guess different type of point of views of how the way they want music to go. But I feel like when you sign your artist, trust your artist, because for you, you're given the chance
Right.
to make music. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
but being independent, I feel like too, I love the creative control that y'all have, because I'm hearing from y'all point of view instead of somebody in y'all ear telling y'all what music to make, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
those opportunities come. It's like, I like
Yeah.
you, but you should do this. Like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm
Mm.
cool.
Exactly. I wanted to ask you too, because I know I talked about the story. We talked and kind of jumped a little bit. I wanted to talk about your parents being inspirational for you a lot, and I know the loss of your dad
Yeah.
really changed a lot in your life. What
Yeah.
did the
Yeah.
transition of that kind of change you as a person? But not that music wise, did it kind of change you into so many ways of now? Because I feel like Pain. When I listen to Pain, that one's very deep. And I feel like that
Mm-hmm.
pain was dedicated to your father because of what the stuff, but not even that, making and learning through tragedy. So can you talk
Yes.
about what your dad did for you in that song? Because I really love that song. It's really touching.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Yeah, I lost my dad to Alzheimer's
Oh,
and
I'm sorry about that.
and cancer. So, and
Mm,
it was a beautiful situation actually. It was
yeah.
a blessing and a curse actually, because
Mm,
I was here to I was his caregiver. So
yeah.
I was here when he remembered me, and then I was also there when he didn't. And then
Mm,
going through that rough times and all that you have to go through with
yeah.
Alzheimer's or being a caregiver. So what I
Yeah.
got out of it is just truly enjoying the time that you have
Yeah.
and the things that you do, really create memories. Because when it
Yeah.
came down to it,
Yeah.
his best times is all he really had that he
Hmm.
could lock into was his old times and his things.
Yeah.
So for me, it even actually gave me more of a push because I want to
Mm,
create and do even more. So
yeah.
when I'm sitting still in the rocket chair, I have a whole lot to reflect and think on and
Mm,
be proud, and hopefully I put some inspired others to do the same and keep going. You know what I'm
hmm.
saying? So
Yeah.
that's really what it did for me.
I respect that. I sadly lost my dad 2 years ago before the pandemic. So I truly understand. That's why when I sat down and
Hmm.
listened, I was like, wow, I truly understand where you coming from on that perspective of pain and one love to another inspiration. Like those songs, I'm listening to it from your personal standpoint, but it can connect to people in so many ways, you
Yep.
know? Yeah.
Yep. All you need is one love. Yeah,
But one love,
that
yes.
song. All you need is one. Yep.
Yeah.
I really like that record too.
Yes, your catalog's dope. It's like what I've learned listening to your music, like getting it on and all these stuff like that. I can see this playing in Louisiana on the Smooth R&B station, because like
Hmm.
songs like this is what we listen
Hook
to in
it
Louisiana.
up.
Oh, I
Okay.
wish I could. If I know people that know people, because I feel that for me in personal, like what I listened to growing up, for me, they will play these feel good music, these feel good vibe type of
Hmm.
music. But the thing about it is, it touches like on some soul type of zydeco type of R&B type of music that I
Yep.
listen to, New Orleans, all that stuff in
Yep.
the South. So your music alone right there is kind of touching something, but not that it can hit like a certain region to where I know it can hit certain things. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. It
Yeah.
just needs to be exposed. It just needs to be heard.
Oh, well,
You know
I
what I
got
mean?
you on my
You know what I'm saying?
platform. I'm gonna put
I
your
know
music
you
out
do,
here.
man. It's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm glad to be here.
uh,
I greatly appreciate the opportunity.
well, look, you.
And I mean that huge because,
Uh-huh.
when you're an older artist, you say 30 years in, trying to get on other platforms, they want to push you to the back and say you don't have
Yeah.
enough going on right now. Or, you're not in the forefront. You're not super popular right
I
now.
don't care about popularity.
But you see what I'm saying? But
Right,
I'm
right,
like,
right,
but if
right.
you check my stats,
Oh,
everything that you're saying and what you're doing is right there. But I don't want to toot it. I guess you'll figure it out at some point.
well, it's called doing research, and people will toot it.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
know
yeah,
what they
yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I greatly appreciate the opportunity because they don't
Oh,
always come.
y'all, yeah, I got your back. I got to respect,
Yes, ma'am.
people that made R&B music, but not in that music that really can hit. And people, meanwhile back in the ranch, I seen some of the comments on YouTube. I was like, Lord, these people know this music, this man music. I'm like,
Oh
okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, like, what have you learned from the past, from the music industry to now,
Um,
and has it changed you?
um, It hasn't changed me, and I don't have to learn from the past. The grind is different. Back then, you know,
Mm,
it was the more back then it was more personal. You're in other
yeah,
people's face. You
yeah,
know, it's trying to shake hands. You know, if they've out there heard the story, you at the
yeah,
gas station handing out CDs and flyers. You saying what's up,
yeah.
and now you're just posting something and you hoping somebody see it. And it's
Mm,
impersonal. And you don't really make the connection. It's those things. The business is faster. It is now.
yeah.
There's more money in some things than it was back in the day. But you know,
Hmm.
all things grow, all things evolve, and you got to kind of learn how to adjust and adapt,
Yeah,
bob and weave in it, and figure it out. But I mean, you take it all as it comes.
yeah, yeah. I
You know,
agree
I
too.
don't
That
like the Spotify thing and the money how we losing out on streams and how much money that they keep and could pay somebody $100 million, but I only get percent per
okay.
stream. Like I don't understand that kind of stuff. But until
Yeah,
all those things change, like, but you know, not one voice of myself can say anything about changing
correct.
it per se. But yeah, I don't like things like that, and we
Right.
know it's not right. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, and I know you've been seeing now they've been on strike about this stuff. You know, a lot of the famous
Yeah,
songwriters they've been like going in, and I don't blame them. Yeah, look, a lot of people are shocked. Yeah, people songwriters get paid 0.00, something percent. That's
yeah,
like crazy to me. Like, that's not your song. You didn't do this. At the end, they give these people their
right,
credit and get
exactly.
paid their money. That's
Right.
crazy.
Especially when you sitting around here with all the bread paying everybody else off what you made off us. That's not cool,
Okay,
bro. Yeah.
it just don't make
Come
no
on, man.
sense. Like, make it
Break it
make
off.
sense.
So yeah,
Huh?
yeah, yeah.
Break y'all millions.
Break.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
The M's. That's how
Right,
I feel
right,
about the whole situation.
right.
But definitely for sure, NwClr, is there anybody that is like a dream collaboration that you ever wanted to work with that you never got to work with in your career?
I always hoped that I would have met Prince.
Oh, Prince. Oh.
Yeah, right.
You got that vibe with
He
him.
was
I
someone
can
that
see that.
I, I, I never met him, but you know, as a quiet kid in Middletown, Connecticut, when I got a
Hmm.
hold of Prince, I was like the way he said things and how
Hmm.
he wrote with his pen, and the fact that he was a musician. He did play the drums, he
Yeah.
sang background, he did, you know, he created and wrote for other people. I was like, oh, okay, I kind of like that right there. So I wish I was able to have that opportunity. But there's still quite a few out there like Pharrell, first Rico Love,
Hmm.
beautiful spirit. He works with a lot of female artists,
Hmm.
and but when you work with Usher, you're paying somebody. You don't
Right.
need to work with another male. And I don't know if anybody checked out his projects, but his joints is fire too. With Rico
Dope.
Love is somebody, you know what I mean, he's serious to work with Anthony Hamilton, like,
I
you know,
was
some
just
of these
thinking of
those
him.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I can see you working with
What's
Anthony.
good,
Like,
Anthony? Yeah, we met during my time on the road and was
um,
able to connect. So we
that's dope.
lost touch,
Hmm.
during the time of his growth and things,
Yeah.
but he knows what's up.
Yeah, you definitely like. I can see a Anthony Hamilton and you collab because you sound just like Calvin Richardson. Yeah, just my personal opinion. You sound because I was like, I kept trying to think like, who do you sound like? This man sounds like somebody I've heard before. But
In
when I listened to
comparison,
you,
yeah,
comparison, but mind you, you
yeah,
were first before he came out, so we didn't know him like that. I think he came out with
right,
'96, but it's
yeah,
like your voice and something like people gravitate to that. But when you can tell people in their voices and that sound, I'm like, yeah, this is Calvin Richardson. Yeah, this is some type of.
okay,
But but I was like, you're the
cool,
first. You were singing like that first before anything. So I'm
right,
like,
right,
yeah,
right,
let me
right,
get a have
right,
that.
yeah, right,
But I feel that, I can see those dream collaborations for you. And I hope in the future for you, that happens because at the end of the day, your voice is very beautiful. And
thank you,
when I listen to your music, like I said, this is something I can feel good jam like Red. You get what I'm saying? Paint the
yeah, yeah,
town
yeah,
red and
yeah,
stuff. I can
yeah,
see
okay,
myself doing two
okay,
steps and dances. You get what I'm saying? Like,
two step, yeah, you paying
right.
attention, Miss Lake,
Oh, look, I listen to the Lana Notes and I listen to them lyrics and
okay,
them beats because, for me in Louisiana,
right,
I kind of hit my hometown because when we hear certain music, we can do a vibe of two-step because, like with Tamia's song, Can't Get Enough, people made that into a two-step song. Like it's literally a
right.
national two-step. So anybody hears your song, they can change it up and make it a two-step.
And that vibe, shout out to my partner,
Uh-huh.
label So No Records. He's originally from Monroe,
Dope.
Louisiana, who
See?
helped me produce the record. So,
See? So I know. Look, I'm like, bro, you got some
yeah,
Louisiana going on.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's him.
I'm
That's
telling
him.
you, you play that at the
Yeah,
trail rides or whatever like that, it can hit. Like I said, from where we're from, we hear something and we know it's feel good and we know that it's hitting
yeah,
the soul. And that's why I tell people all the time, when the music hits the soul, that's it. You know it's a hit. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said for me,
Yep.
with a lot of this music that you're listening to, and like I said, for you, I don't even want to call you an R&B artist because I had to sit back and think. I'm like, he's technically not R&B. He's technically like got this urban pop. You got this mixture of R&B,
Right.
little bit of hip hop, but not too hip hop. I mean, with your music, you're
A
just
whole
straight
new
R&B.
color to the game.
Okay, NwClr, point blank, period. Got
Right.
you.
Okay. And so a little bit more to that.
Okay.
And I hope it's been tough sometimes actually. I guess people don't understand the name. They say NwClr, and I
NwClr.
guess because
Because the
of the
acronyms.
abbreviations. Yeah, because the acronyms I took the letters out, whatever.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was James Brown, there's
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown, there's Bobby Brown,
Yeah.
right? There's this new super dope country artist, Kane Brown.
Mm-hmm.
There's Blinko, but there's all these Browns, right? And I knew I
Yeah.
couldn't come out as Brown,
Yeah.
and
Because
I
you're going to be
wanted to
mixed up.
start over for something from I'd be mixed up, but I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I bring still Brown last name, bring something new to the table, so I just thought it would be NwClr, and so that's where the name came from.
That's dope. I was going to ask, that was my next question to ask you, like, how did you come up
Okay.
with that? But that is actually dope. I like that because for me, I can tell because of the abbreviations. But I said, as long as you know it's NwClr, I'm like, I get it because your music brings on the different type of facets of, genres. You know what I'm saying? You're not
Yep.
just
Yep.
R&B. And like I said, now since I'm understanding about your story and how you were inspired, I'm like, okay, I can see this, rock-esque going on. I can see that R&B stuff going on like I did with Aaliyah's album, the third album last year. I had interviewed one of her producers. I was like, when
Right.
you listen to that album, it does not sound like R&B. It sounds like, Latin, electronic rock, or
Right.
like hip hop,
I have a
R&B.
couple.
It
I
was just
have
a
a
mixture.
couple Latin songs too, and as they say,
See?
music is the universal language. So
Very.
I wanted to be like, oh, if you, oh, rock, okay, I got something for you. Oh, Latin, okay, I got something for you. Oh, you want that?
Right.
Oh, okay, I got something for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want y'all to know that I got you. I can make
Yeah.
something for you with that. And so that's kind of
Your
mixing all those.
versatility. Your
Yes,
versatility.
ma'am.
Exactly. Your versatility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for you, do you feel that, and I want to ask you this, do you feel that R&B, the way we know R&B now, do you feel like will we ever get back to, because some people feel like R&B is not what it used to be. Do you feel like the way when you came out with R&B, do you feel like it's going to come back, or do you think this is the time where the new R&B is here to stay?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think the
Mm.
fact that it is coming back, but
Mm-hmm.
we need to accept some of this new that is here to stay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. You gotta break that down.
Okay. So what I think some of the new like real classic and vocal artists and
Mm-hmm.
artists that are actually saying something
Right.
that will be here and making their mark in the game that will be
Mm-hmm.
here in the next couple of years
Mm-hmm.
versus just having hot songs,
Yeah.
but you don't remember the songs or you don't, it kind of fades out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have those classic artists or
Mm-hmm.
these new artists that are classic and bringing about like putting their stamp,
Yeah.
but then bringing about that new game, that new twist of what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
again, it has to grow, it has to evolve. That's
Right.
exactly what it's supposed to do. But I
Right.
think it's getting back closer to the original core of what the R&B and everything, what it really is supposed to be.
So, okay, I got it. I'm gonna throw this question out here because I don't know if you heard this topic last year at the end of 2021. Joe
Mm-hmm.
Budden feels in his person, because I'm gonna ask you this because you're a male R&B singer. He feels that male R&B artists are not big like them females now. That's kind of breaking through. Do you feel that he's right that we don't have a lot of male R&B artists that's making way, or how do you feel about his opinion, or do you feel that he's wrong? And do you have anything about with your male R&B counterparts right now?
I think some of what he's saying has some truth to it
Mm.
because I think the female artists that have been released in thus past, like
Mm-hmm.
this past few years, have been a bigger impact than some of the male artists that have been released. That
Okay.
doesn't diminish their talent. I just think people have been falling in love with some of the female artists that have been released as of lately.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But there's amazing talent that's coming about that I just don't think is pushed to the forefront. Like
You gotta be.
PJ Morton, like that dude is incredible. Like how you don't like? No, what do you mean? Like you know what I mean? Saying like Lucky Day is
Yes.
another new artist that's fire. Like but
Tank.
although Tank is
Kevin
incredible. Like
Ross.
we can go Tone Smith, yeah, definitely Kevin Ross. Like there's we can keep going on and go
Come
back and
on,
forth with some
give me
with
a
some artists. And so I know, been like, some of these new cats is blazing a
yeah.
new trail. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
another rhythm. Jay Dante, like he's from
Mm,
around here. I heard some of his stuff. He got a vibe. Shout out, fella.
that's dope.
Um, he got a vibe too. But yeah, I think I'm adapting to accepting the fact that there's going to be some new aspects of it that that you grow to love, and hopefully we get back to the core of what the artists even before me laid down the path, that you can
Yeah.
put on something from Al Green or Marvin Gaye or any of those right now and it'd be like, whoo, Frankie Beverly and Mays, like that is never going to go old, like ever in
Thank
life,
you.
like, you know what I mean? And so that's the kind of music that I hope to
Yeah.
create, to catch one of those before I let go, like there's
Yeah.
summertime songs, like, or a song like Meanwhile that has caught on for even still 30 years,
Yeah.
now that we can actually even speak about it. So really that's the key, man.
Exactly. And that's why
That's the key.
right. And that's why I wanted to throw that question, because I just feel like, I hate to say it, it's like we have to find R&B. It doesn't find
Right.
us, but it's like for
Yes, and
us,
that's true though. Yep,
very
that's
true.
true.
Oh, you were going to say something? Go ahead. What you about to say? Because I know you're
No,
going to
that's
throw
true.
something.
No. You do have to find it now. It's not as in your face and in the open, I guess,
Yeah.
as it was back in the day. But you do have to find those gems. But
Mm-hmm.
they're out there, like Kelani, and there's like Scissors. She crazy, like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean.
Yeah. Jasmine
Jasmine
stuff for all of
Sullivan.
it.
Oh, come on, man. We can't
Come on. We
even.
just said at the same time, so you
We
know.
like, come on. Jasmine is cuckoo for
Uncle
Cocoa
Funko
Puffs.
Puffs.
Like, yes, she is amazing. Like this, and you got some. I think your guest next week, Troy Taylor.
Come on. Your Connecticut brother. You know you got to big him
He,
up. I was going to tell it at
he's
the
amazing. Like, you know what
end.
I'm saying.
That's
He's
dope.
amazing. And he's keeping about what, you know what I mean, bringing it back to, as he's saying, his songbook or storybook. I think what it is. Don't
Mm-hmm.
quote me
Yeah.
if I'm not wrong, but and bringing back that real R&B. So that would
Yeah.
be great. I would love to work with him. He's
Oh, he gonna
amazing
let me tell you,
vocally.
he gonna push it. That's all I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you.
he probably pushed me off a ledge, but
He
that's a
will.
ledge you want to go. Like, you know what I mean? You want
but
to
it's
go that far.
but he's a good. But one thing I love about him, he's serious about his craft and he loves what he
Exactly.
does. But for him, the
Me
thing
too.
about it is he's
Yeah.
about his business, and that's what I love about
Yeah.
Troy Taylor. And I think I don't know about y'all people from Connecticut or just what y'all bring to the vibe, but something about I'm learning about you guys that y'all really take y'all music seriously and y'all don't play. And I learned from
Right.
the crowd. Oh, well, look, Troy, when I heard
Yeah.
about Troy
Yeah.
Taylor, like he literally, like you said, writing, he was creating, producing. I was like, wow, these dudes is really dope, because I didn't know
Yeah.
that with y'all, whatever passion that y'all, sparked y'all, it's like y'all never stop. But the thing about it is you keep going. But regardless of what has happened, you never let the industry get to y'all. Y'all never let, things happen. Because like I said, we know how this industry can get. It can get really crazy.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
for the
it
most part, you kept going.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's the love, and still wanting it. Still got songs that I
Yeah.
want heard. Like, you know what I mean? So many songs that
Yeah.
I'm doing soon, as pushing up towards the next project.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna release songs on my joints that I never released.
So
Like,
we getting a sophomore
I've
album?
yeah, most
Oh,
definitely.
okay.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. You're getting I'm working on the video to getting it on. Sorry it took so
That's
long
dope.
for the visual, but the pandemic and trying to work
Yeah.
that out and really wanting it to still be something that took some time. So I'm doing that. Got a couple releases right before the summer, a couple other
Mm-hmm.
singles. We're gonna, got another ballad that I definitely have something that I need to go with. Getting it on, and
Mm-hmm.
a up tempo record called "Comfortable" that's rocking with right here. Still
Mm-hmm.
on that nice upbeat, good energy. Got to have
Mm-hmm.
something for the weather.
Yeah.
Some people want to hang out too, so doing that. And as I'm working on the project, I'm just gonna release songs that I haven't done, and I'm gonna let people inside while I write and work on the other songs for the project, and so
Mm-hmm.
they can help me pick which ones they want on them, and
Yeah.
all that good kind of stuff. I just ready to have some fun.
Right. So I wanted to ask you too about the rebirth of Chameleon, because you just talked about that earlier. Like, what does that
Yeah.
mean? And what does that mean for your platform and your legacy? About what is the rebirth of Chameleon for you? Is this a new change for you from smooth to NwClr, or like how would you change
Yes.
your aspect?
Bringing about that whole musical chameleon, just trying
Mm-hmm.
to do every part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like every aspect of sharing of being behind
Yeah.
being behind the camera, being behind the keys, in front of the keys, recording,
Yeah.
writing, working, talking about who you're working with, like just being in touch in every part of it. But just the
Mhm.
rebirth of the chameleon, like the sound of me, who I am, is still smooth.
Yeah.
It's just trying to bring a whole new color to the game. It's going to be a little more R&B. Some of my creative other songs that I do, I'm release them kind of in another way. I really want to go R&B. I really want to sing about love songs. I want to just bless up women. I just want to create vibes, something
We
that they
need
put
that.
on for, yeah, something that they put on Saturday morning and really sing to, or something on
Yeah.
Friday night that they like holding their glass, like
The
yes,
wine.
I want yes, I want that. You know what I mean? I
Um,
want them to feel that. So that's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
trying to
My
create.
friend Gerard said we need that. We definitely need that. Yes, sir, we do.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
feel like people like you, if you were to collab with the Isley Brothers, I could see you doing something like that, making
Oh
some
yeah.
type of song. You know what I'm saying? Because we need that.
Yeah, that
You
would be
wait a
nice
minute.
too.
Can you just say that
That. Touching me, baby, that would be great. Yeah, that would be cool. My mind. That would be fun.
again?
The
Baby, you know,
Isis. You talking about all classics.
you know you
You
from
know don't
church.
bring the soul.
I heard that church though. I heard church.
Oh yeah, with mom, and I actually play the drums for my church now. So
That's dope.
always been a passion since I was little. So it's just a blessing that I can still do it.
Right. Well, since in celebration of you now, since you are NwClr, but now you are, formerly known as Smooth, are you going to do anything
Mhm.
for the 30th anniversary of your debut album?
Yes, I'm actually going to do work and works with What's Up Alex. He's overseas doing a project with him, possibly Love High overseas and something
Mm.
on it. But I'm doing a Smooth with the Roughness Revisited, so almost like
Oh.
remixing the songs and kind
So,
of singing them over now.
so question, are you going to like, okay, so this going to be your masters to this? Are you just remaking it to get your masters or like, what is this, just a remake?
Remake.
Okay, okay,
Just a revisit, not
okay.
remaking it to do the masters because the
Right.
company actually just did something with Warner Music, and they actually just re-released the Smooth album that now you can stream it.
Yeah, I had listened to
Yeah,
it.
you can now stream it. So that's just been available this year. So it's been 30 years. So
Oh,
that's
that's
one thing that you haven't been able to do that. So that's a bonus. But along with that, I'm gonna
congratulations.
keep touching back and try. Hopefully, I can reach out to the fans of that project and
Hmm.
of NwClr now, and just give them some a different vibe of those records revisited, basically.
Oh, that's great. I was gonna ask you so because Smooth is on Smooth, but NwClr is another name. But are you gonna so when you put the revisit, it's gonna be on your catalog for NwClr, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Look,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah. You are.
because I
I
was
make
going
sure you
to
won't have to look too far. No,
right
no,
because
no,
I
no.
was
Yeah,
like,
no,
dang, I gotta jump to Smooth, but it wasn't a bad
no,
thing at all. It wasn't because
no.
you were easily found. It was dope. I was like, okay, cool. I got the whole catalog. I listened to the whole
Yeah,
album. I'm
and I'm
good.
trying to do something about that right now too, because
That's what's up.
yeah, that's another thing that I like about the industry. I wasn't totally involved in the new release of my
Yeah.
30th release. I
Oh,
was kind of told after, and so now I gotta still try and poke around to make sure that the catalog is all together under one artist, and a lot
thank
of little
you.
things like that. Even some producers out there that re-released and released the stuff and had it streaming under
Right.
their own project that they did it, they wrote it, and they're the producers. This is some mess going on out there. You hear me?
Yeah,
But
you make
anyway,
sure you get your everything that you got. You are well deserving of it because
oh
it's your
yeah,
voice and your stuff.
I got a solid squad. Shout out to RH. I mean, you know, what I mean? I got a solid squad again. Shout out to
Yeah,
my folks at the A,
that's so dope.
Trey, Sonu Records, my production team, Irv and
Hmm.
Trev and Jerome,
That's so
everybody that
dope.
I write and work with, Nails,
Oh,
Thirst. It's not over, but I just, you know the people that rock with you when you like,
right.
real low and everything. When you got a moment, it's not just my moment, it's our moment and everybody. So
That's
if I have a
right.
moment to shout them out, I just really want to do that.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. But I want to
Hmm.
ask you, do you have any advice that you want to give somebody that's trying to make it to the industry or what, gems and words that you want to give people that's trying to get into what you're doing, but not even just that, making sure that, they learn from the industry, but not that make music that feels good to them, but, keep inspiring and keep helping.
Exactly what you said, and know that it's you getting in the industry, know why you want to be in it in the first
Mm-hmm.
place,
Mm-hmm.
and then be true to that. Like if you want to get out and you want to be an overnight success, do what you got to do to be overnight success.
That's
If
right.
you want to be a classic and you want to be an artist, then you got to learn everything about the game and your instrument and learn your craft so you could be the best that you could be at what it is that you want to do. So first,
That's
know
right.
what it is that you want to do when you get it so you can kind of figure out what you need to expect out of it. Like, kind of
Yeah.
that thing. But surround yourself with good people. Like, it's few and far between. So when you find them, hold on to them. Keep yourself with good people, and again, just stay in your craft and focus on what it is that
Come
you want to
on.
do, because you can't, as Jay-Z said, people put their fears on you, like what you can't do and so they will do that.
They
Like, you know what I'm
will.
saying? So
Yeah.
write your songs and believe in your craft and what it is that you're trying to say, but also look in the mirror and be honest to yourself. If you know it ain't right and it don't sound good, don't fool yourself. It ain't right and it don't sound good. Get you
Mm.
something else. Pull your pen to the bag or figure something else out you need to do. But love the craft, love it, love it, love it, and just go be the best that you can be.
That's
Go
right.
inspire others to just follow their dream. That's all.
Oh, thank you so much. And I want to ask you one more last question before we end
All
tonight's
night.
live. I had so
Let's
much
do it.
fun.
Me too. It's a
Do you
pleasure
have,
meeting you.
yeah, it's a pleasure meeting you too. Do you have anything upcoming? I think you kind of talked about it a little bit, but do you have anything that's coming up for 2022? And I know you talked about, the revisits, because I seen in the back, I wanted to shout out your classic album back there behind you.
Oh
Look.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I was
As
like,
you do,
I gotta let the
listen.
people know. I see the vinyl back there. I said,
Yeah.
hey, vinyl, look, I seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, please just stay
Yeah.
tuned to the Instagram. We're gonna have, some heavy content. Actually, I just
Dope.
want people to be a part of the project. I don't want to just put something out, but I do want to know how you feel about the songs that I do. I do want you to see how I create. I do want you to hang out with me. Like, there's
That's
gonna be
dope.
some shows and some live things I'm gonna do, like straight from my mama living room, cut all the lights and perform, like do some live things, let you hear some songs before the release. Let me know how you feel. So I don't have a title for the project quite yet, but it will be out here before the summer.
That's
Just
dope.
stay tuned to NwClr.com.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure y'all check the merch. We
Now
got a
I
few
gotta give me a
shirts.
merch now. Look.
Yeah, I got you, and make sure we take care. It's a song called "Change" that we did, obviously talking about Breonna Taylor and
Oh,
George
that's
Floyd.
dope.
I know you checked that out, but we
Mm-hmm.
got these shirts. We got right here shirts, but yeah, the merch is starting to get going, and we're gonna have these smooth shirts. Get the tag, you get a
Okay.
link to so you can get the project and all. We got just a few things going on, so
Yeah,
stay tuned, please, and just check for the summer before the project. But I can't have an official date or a title for you to pay
yeah.
attention to, but please lock in and
Mm-hmm.
show your boy some love, and I'll give you love back. So
Well, thank you. Like I said, at the end of the day, we gotta celebrate the 30th anniversary. So you gotta come back
yes,
and we gotta talk
yes,
about the 30 years because, sir, you're right
yes,
in the class of '92. So
yes.
congratulations on
The
that.
30th. Amen. Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, God
Yeah.
bless you and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You have given me so much light, love, and joy today. And thank you so much
Yes,
for just
ma'am.
talking about your music and just talking about everything you got going on. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on the live, y'all. Thank you so much. We are here with the R&B legend, 30 years in the game,
Hey. Yes,
singer,
ma'am.
songwriter, producer, musician, vocal arranger, all of the above. The
Yep.
one, the only NwClr. Thank you so
New
much.
color.
Color.
Thank y'all.
God
Y'all
bless
beautiful
you.
people.
Thank you
Have a
so much.
good one, man. Y'all have a blessed one.
Yes, you
Peace,
too.
Miss
Thank you
Lady.
so much. God bless you. Bye bye.